one of the reasons why mindfulness has become so topical is we live in a world where there are just so many demands placed upon us. We're being bombarded with information all the time. And I think we are increasingly needing to find an off button, a way of refocusing, a way of energizing ourselves, of really engaging with what we're doing in that moment. And I think mindfulness really helps with the attention training techniques. You become able to bring your mind back to what is the focus of what I'm doing in this moment. I think in terms of how mindfulness can help organizations, people are overwhelmed. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in our personal lives, our business lives, and mindfulness helps prioritize. It also helps you become less reactive. You're able to respond more skillfully. I think two of the major issues that companies are grappling with are stress, anxiety, people off work for mental health issues, and mindfulness really helps with that. Another area that I think is really gaining momentum and people are focusing on more and more is the fact that we actually aren't designed to sit for hours and hours and hours, and we are ending up with more and more musculoskeletal problems. And in a very subtle way, mindfulness helps you become more aware of what's going on in your body and just moving, just adjusting your posture, sitting straight, noticing when you hunched over a computer for hours, I think has enormous scope, and I think we're just starting to tap into that. And I was delighted to be offered the opportunity of speaking at WIG today at this function, because I think mindfulness has so much to offer so many people, and you never know where it goes, and people may come to something that is of interest for a work agenda, but the benefits just ripple out to their families, to children, to all areas of life. And I think what WIG does is great in terms of encouraging dialogue, encouraging good practice between companies, enabling people to see what's going well. So thank you.
Mindfulness has come about as a topical area on the basis that there's been a movement towards it. 90s we saw the rise of stress as a big issue for organisations and for UK PLC. And we've then in sort of 2000 moved towards well-being and the well-being agenda, and then the agenda for happiness. I think the recession has caused people to take stock and to consider what's important, and happiness is definitely up there. And mindfulness, I think, provides a real strategy for understanding and checking in. Really simple strategy that actually is relevant for everyone. It's not something that in Western society is particularly well understood, but it provides a real lever to actually support, I think, the kind of life that people want. Mindfulness helps organisations because it's a really simple strategy and it's really practical, and to have people more present in their work is clearly beneficial. You want people to show up and to be fully present and to provide and to be everything that they can be, and actually that's relevant as much for work as it is for normal life. I was happy to talk at the WIG event today because I'm really passionate about mindfulness, about well-being and about improving individuals' experience of work, and so I hope you find this helpful. Thank you.
So I was wondering why mindfulness is so popular at the moment, why people are so interested in it. And I was thinking about evolution. Mindfulness has been around for so many years, it's ancient, and it goes through all cultures. So thinking about this in terms of evolution, I wondered if as life gets faster, we multitask, we do more, that we need also to find that calm space within the chaos, within that fast pace. And so It's a kind of natural tension that's developing. I also think that people, perhaps, we've had so much, that they realise that calm and peace isn't an external thing. It's perhaps, internal. We can find calm and peacefulness inside ourselves if we practice. So those are my kind of thoughts on why mindfulness might be becoming so topical at the moment. I mean, in organisations, my experience in organisations is that when we take mindfulness in there, in the form of programmes, in the form of seminars or one-to-one coaching, that it really does benefit stress absence, it builds resilience in people, and it certainly enhances performance. I think the research says that there is positive emotions increase, and positive emotions are part of psychological capital, which of course helps people engage with change, with restructure. So in terms of organisational benefits, I think mindfulness is really starting to come into its own. And being asked to talk today is great. I get a chance to talk with Merrin Finn from the Fire Brigade, and that's a really nice opportunity. Plus, I've met some colleagues working in the same field. We've exchanged ideas and collaborated, and that's been very interesting and thought-provoking for me. And I think that week brings people together, talking about things. It's a great thing, and thank you very much for asking me.
So I think mindfulness is really topical at the moment, and I think there's lots of reasons for that. I think the pace of change that's happening in industry at the moment, and also in the third sector, just really is meaning that people are looking for something to latch onto, to find that space in that moment. And mindfulness is something that can really work for people, and I think that's why it's becoming really topical. It can therefore really help your organisation. Just taking a moment and finding that space. I think for me, it's all about sustainable high performance and recovery. Everybody seems to be working a million miles an hour at the moment, and just taking even a moment can have a huge benefit. And why WIG? Well, it's just great to connect and with other people who are interested in the area and just share. And that's why I was really happy to be here today. So thank you very much.